Are you ready for some football? It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. Next on Madden Football.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Ball teed up. Austin Seibert out for the kick. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Ty Chandler to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Jones reels it in. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC. And he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Daniels on 1st down. Hits him on the in route. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here's 2nd and 2. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Call it 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Buying some time left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On comes Austin Seibert and the Commanders' field goal unit to try this on 4th down. This one from an even 40 yards out. Piniero's kick is good, and that will get them on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. It's Brandon Powell with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action here. Hockenson reels it in. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To throw, here's Darnold. Able to find Hockenson. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
from the 45 on second down. Pass is caught by Addison. And that's good for a gain of 5. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it, right? Look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Darnold. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll send him over right. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Connects on the crosser. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's an option play right side. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
2nd and goal, it's an option to the left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. Rolling left, buying some time.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On comes Austin Seibert and the Commanders' field goal unit to try this on 4th down. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Seibert's kick is up and good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Powell now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you gotta wonder if they're gonna be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They're going play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, you really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Now Daniels off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Daniels. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. Down the sideline inside the 30. That one hits for 30. And the Commanders will have a first.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that second level.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
An option give to Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, look, beyond having to pick yourself off the ground over and over again, all of these sacks in this first quarter have led to so much disruption. Kate, what do offense look for, especially early? Get myself into rhythm. Get myself into a tempo. What do defenses want to do? Wreck all of that, and that's exactly what this defense is doing.
On comes Austin Seibert and the Commanders' field goal unit to try this on 4th down. It's a 38-yard look here. Piniero's kick is good. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Powell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Rolling out to his left. The pressure's there, and it closes in on him. He's dropped for the sack, and that is what should bring us to the end of this opening quarter. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We're through one, and for any kicking fans out there, this game has been for you. Our score reads 9-0. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Trying again following the sack. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Now Darnold. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Going right side, Robinson with it. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Third and long for him here. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 23. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. Man in motion out of the slot. They go play action on 1st. He lets one fly deep downfield. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
To the air, 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. It's a gain of 29 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Running right, this is Jones. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
It's Jones on the toss. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Daniels to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Again, Daniels to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
The Commanders ready for the punt. Brandon Powell on the return for the Vikings. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. And oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Jones once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. On the carry, this is Jones. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Staying on the ground with Jones. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Throwing here, Darnold. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. 16 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from the 41. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 39. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
They'll run the draw with Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Traps, screens, draws, you need the element of surprise. The problem is, this defense was all over that draw. You couldn't fool them, even if you wanted to.
Ryan Wright on to punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Here's Robinson up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Staying with Robinson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. They send a receiver in motion right. Third down give to Robinson. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
So they bring Tress Way back out there for another punt. Brandon Powell back deep to return. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. Caught, nice gain left side. Big man showing up the yards. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Second and 3 now. Darnold. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. Able to find Jones. And this one does not go far. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Smith able to put it through. And that's going to give them the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. On first down, here's Daniels. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. Throwing now, Daniels. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, Daniels. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Daniels from the pistol. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So at the end of 2, the Vikings playing Road Warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In that first half, it was the veteran Aaron Jones who had it going. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the offense for Washington to begin the third quarter. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Drive starts with an option, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's been one of the players of this game. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Vikings and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Play action on first down. Toward the sideline and caught by Addison. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Man in motion here. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 5 yards on the play, and now they've got third and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Jones. And this time, they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Nothing on that play, and now it's fourth and goal from the 2.
Well, this defense simply outplayed the offense here on these first 3 downs. And now they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on fourth and goal.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. And he missed it. It's no good. And they can't push the lead beyond a field goal.
They could have gone for it for sure, Kate. I'm sure there's some folks on that sideline asking why they didn't go for a touchdown. But they took what they felt like was a guaranteed 3 points. But that miss is a stunning reminder. There is never a guarantee in the NFL.
The Commanders set to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That one gains 7. And the Commanders will have a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now from the gun. Throw complete to Eckler. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
From the 40 on second down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
On second down, Robinson. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Daniels throwing on third. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Vikings headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here's 2nd and 2. He puts some power on a deep one left. He's got it deep downfield. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Now Darnold. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
3rd and long for him here. Has the connection to Jones. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. They're out and set. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Daniels. Into traffic, complete. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Again, Daniels to the air. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Play fake here, Daniels. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled, well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Finds his man over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Robinson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Now Daniels off the play action. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Daniels. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a first. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's a quick pass to the right side, cut. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Offense to the line for second down. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Here's Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Chandler now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Vikings offense back to the field now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. Darnold splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Situation here, here's Darnold. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Darnold looking to throw. Hawkinson reels it in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They give to Jones, right side. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing now, off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Will Reichard. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Commanders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Robinson on the inside give. And a short gain only as he gets up to the 37. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Throwing now, Daniels. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Daniels now. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another carry for Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, it's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from them? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
So a big kick coming up for Austin Seibert. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Chandler now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. To throw, here's Darnold. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Darnold now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and just 2 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. A toss now to Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's Robinson, and he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Daniels. Forced out to his right, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
punt team on the field. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. Man, it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
2nd and 6 coming up here. And he's swallowed up by one of the big guys up front right at the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He has it at the 13. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Commanders will go on offense. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Daniels on 1st down. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. An option give to Robinson. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Staying with Robinson. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. First down, and they go right back to him. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Robinson up the middle. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A run here with Robinson. And he'll start pushing them into field goal range, a small gain to the 38. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So score this as a win for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.